topics to discuss this morning, Commander. And we're talking about the performance triad just a little bit later, and of course right now I mentioned earlier that flu season is coming up, and that's one of the things that you wanted to talk to us about this morning. And so I think it's safe to say that everybody's heard of the flu, and everyone knows, especially in a military community, that we have to go get our flu shots. But can you fill me in a little bit more on some of the details from a medical standpoint? What really is the flu?
Well, the flu is a constellation of several different viruses that cause upper respiratory illnesses primarily. So it is spread by through the air, through droplets, through sneezing, through coughing, through talking. If a person is sick, and think about droplets, droplets can actually go about 50 feet. So if you're within 50 feet of a person who's sick, you're actually within the kill zone. So that's something to worry about there. And flu can occur at any time of the year, but really right now in the winter months, this is the big season for the flu.
Okay, and what are the dates as far as the specific flu season? You said right now, but is that because it's wintertime? Is it because it's cold? Is that the specific reasons, or is it just kind of the time of year?
Well, it's any time between October and April. Is really the high point of the flu season. I think that the cold and the dampness of winter is sort of a setup for respiratory illnesses to begin with, and so it's just easier for it to spread.
Well, that would make sense then. And so what should we be looking for then? What are some of the signs or the symptoms?
Well, primarily fever and chills. You can get a cough, sore throat, runny, stuffy nose. Body aches and pains are pretty big too. Headaches, and then really just, it often starts out with someone just kind of feeling blah, kind of weak, kind of tired. That's the first prodrome of the disease.
All right, I think I have the flu then every Monday because that's kind of how I feel for the first hour of every single week. But yeah, so that's what we should be looking for as far as the symptoms come up. But we talk about this a lot in the military. Once again, it's better to prevent than to cure anything, any problems that we might face. So how can we go about our days in order to prevent getting the flu to begin with?
Well, it's a military requirement that all military members get the flu vaccine, and so the vaccine campaign is going on right now. We're at about 93% across Europe vaccinated, so we've got to get that last 7% done. Make sure your family members get out and get the flu shot, and children as well. It's a requirement for school. But really, basic sanitation, washing your hands. If you sneeze, if you cough, don't cough into your hand, cough into your sleeve. If you shake hands with somebody who's sick, don't take your hand and immediately put it to your face, because that spreads it directly into your nasal passage where the uptake of the virus is.
So a couple of ways, it sounds like obviously common sense that we just need to get used to putting into practice. Washing your hands more seems like a great idea no matter what time of year it is. But those are some of the ways, like you said, that the flu can be prevented. And flu season is upon us. There is another a disease basically that is in the news, huge in the headlines right now. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. If you don't mind, let's talk about Ebola a little bit when we come back. Put some of the rumors to rest, obviously, and talk about how it might affect us here in the community. I'm speaking this morning with